Hello, I hope everyone is doing well. I am going to be sharing how I prepared these delicious brioche cinnamon rolls. They are absolutely delicious and I really enjoyed making them, so let's get started. But before we get started, I just want you all to take a look and see how lovely these are, how soft and cushiony, and all of the flavors have married together, and they are absolutely not only beautiful, but they are absolutely delicious. So just take a few minutes and let it sink in. Okay, so you're gonna need eggs, active yeast, butter, sugar, bread flour, and neutral oil. Now, I put a little dash of vanilla. I'll make sure that I list the descriptions and uh, the option below. This method that you see here is called Tangzhong, whereas I use 1 cup of buttermilk, 6 tablespoons of flour, and I stirred them on the stove until it thickened to this consistency. This will make your cinnamon rolls moist and last longer as far as the moisture and the fat content, so they won't be dry. So I allowed the Tangzhong to set for approximately 20 minutes to allow it to cool, because you don't want to use it when it's hot. You want to allow it to sit and cool. And so once it has cooled off, you can also just begin to, and make sure it's cool, not warm. So here, you can just start adding all of your ingredients in. So let's get started. Okay, so I basically added almost all of my ingredients in. And like I said earlier, I do like to add in my brioche, just something that I do. The brioche recipe doesn't call for it, but I add pure vanilla extract. That's just my choice. Now, you all don't have to do that. This is what I like to do. And so now I'm adding in my yeast, and that will basically be it. And we're going to get started. Now, I also start mixing on low speed, uh, which is approximately number two, speed two, to let everything gradually combine. And of course, also, you don't want to put it on high speed, because then you're going to have flour and everything all over the place. So you don't want to do that. So start out on low speed. So let's get started. Okay, and like I stated just a minute ago, you want to just start out on the lowest speed. Whatever mixer you have, start out on the lowest speed. In this case, for the KitchenAid, it's the lowest speed here is option 2, or speed 2. So you want to allow it to well combine, and then you want to just go in and increase the speed. I increase it to 4 and let it mix a minute or two, and then I increased it to 6 and let it mix for about 4 or 5 minutes. And you can see here, this is the consistency. So in total, I allowed it to mix for about 7 to 8 minutes on this speed. And now I'm going to start adding in my 1 stick of butter, 1 tablespoon at a time. And like I said, one at a time, and just allow it to combine in with the dough. Don't put it all in at one time, just 1 tablespoon at a time until you've added the whole entire stick of butter. And then once you've done that, as you see I'm doing here, Then you want to allow it just to, like I said, put it on a medium speed, and you want it just allow it to mix, and knead. Basically, the mixer is kneading the dough for you, which is, I really like this because trying to knead dough, if at all possible, if you have a mixer, I would suggest using it for this because this is a lot of work. And of course, if you don't have it, then you can knead it yourself, and you can knead it on the counter or whatever, and incorporate the butter in that way. It's just up to you. Now, I've chosen to do it this way because it's more convenient for me. But if you want to do it the other way and you don't have a mixer or you don't want to use the mixer, that's totally up to you. I understand. So at this point, now that I've combined all of the butter in, I'm going to allow it to mix so it can fully incorporate the butter in the dough. And I'm going to allow this to mix on medium speed for approximately another 8 minutes. Now that I've allowed it to mix approximately 8 minutes, now I'm doing my window test here, which is to test the elasticity of your dough. It looks pretty good to me. Okay, so now that it's done, I'm removing my dough from my mixing bowl, and I'm trying it out on the counter so I can give it a light knead. I really don't have to really do anything to it because the mixer has already done it for me. So I'm just gonna fold it over here, as you can see, and this is a beautiful dough. I love this dough. That is an absolutely beautiful dough, and this is how you want your dough to look. And you can see it's just a beautiful dough. I love doing this. It's like so satisfying. So as you can see, I'm just turning it over, folding it over. I really don't have to knead it because the mixer or my mixer has done it for me. So I'm just basically turning it over and just working it just lightly, as you can see here. And I love this. So I could do this all day. Um, and I've uh, basically formed it into a ball. And so now I'm going to, in my grease bowl, I did grease the bowl with uh, butter. And I am going to put saran wrap over it. And I'm going to allow it to sit in a warm place so it can rise and it can double in size. Now, in actuality, I did this the night before. So here's the dough. I allowed it to sit overnight in my refrigerator, and I took it out for approximately an hour and allowed it to sit on the counter. And so you see it's more than double in size here. So basically I'm going to punch it down and get it rolled out. And here we have it. It's rolled out, and I'm going to be doing two different flavors. I'm doing a cinnamon, half cinnamon roll, which is brown sugar and cinnamon, and then I made my own peanut butter filling. So okay. One is going to be your typical classic cinnamon roll, one half of it, and then the second half of it is going to be peanut butter. So okay, so here we have it. One part cinnamon roll and the other part peanut butter. and I lost some of the footage here in between, so I do apologize for that. As you can see here, here's the roll, and I actually should have pulled it together tighter, but I didn't. But that's okay, it's still gonna work. I'm still gonna make it work. So I'm finished. Allowed them to proof one last time for about 30 minutes. They have more than doubled in size. You want to preheat your oven to 350 and allow them to bake. I did for approximately 25 minutes in your oven. And here is the finished product. Absolutely beautiful. And I am going to, I've already prepared the icing to put on them. So give me just a moment. Okay, so these have turned out beautifully. I really enjoyed these. Please like, share, and subscribe. And again, I thank you all so much for watching my videos. And coming soon, I am going to be also demonstrating other bread videos, not only brioche bread, loaves, but your regular white bread, wheat bread, cinnamon bread. I'll also be working on preparing croissants and laminating dough as well with butter. And so those are just a few things to come. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day.